know is that he created an entire wave for all these new niggas to come out that these niggas eating off of to this day. And
It shows me right there.
you
Right.
can't take that from him at all.
Oh, you definitely can't take it from. It just shows you how fire Young Thug music is, though, and the fan base he got.
That's
That he can
one of
rock
my
a dress.
biggest influences next to Future and
Oh
Juice.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like, man, he only doing songs with Drake. I mean, you can't deny Young Thug talent.
Right.
Young Thug is very talented, motherfucker.
God.
Got to be talented. I still feel like he's a terrible lyricist and a rapper, but he just make good songs though. Because I don't understand half the shit he says. I got a goddamn rap genius that shit.
Yeah, I feel like people who from certain areas or like done been around people who speak a certain way gonna be able to tell like what he's talking about more than somebody who's not familiar with that type of slang. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, you feel me? I'm from Atlanta, so it's like a lot of things he say, like I just hear it as like he just talking. And then some people just say that shit be like, I don't know what the fuck this nigga saying. You get what I'm saying?
And you was born and raised there your whole life?
I lived on the outskirts of Atlanta for a good portion of my life, Gwinnett County, and then I moved to actual Atlanta when I was 15 years old. And so I've been living here since. I'm 19 now.
And what's some of the dangerous parts of Atlanta? Because everybody talk about downtown Atlanta, the nice side. What's some of the dangerous parts people should watch out for?
Nice and dangerous parts to each part. Uptown, midtown, downtown is like, it really depends on what, if you in the hood or if you in the urban part of the city. You get what I'm saying? I stay on Campbellton, so it's whatever you make it. You feel me? Whatever you doing, that's what you really gonna go with wherever that path take you. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really got into too much shit. You feel me? I done been in small shit, but like not no big shit, not no life threatening that shit because of the route that I took. Mm-hmm. I never did shit that could put me in position for certain shit to happen. Because, you feel me? I done had people like my dad who done been through certain shit, and seeing him go through certain shit to know you can't move like that. You can't do this shit. He'd have been to jail damn near 30 times. Mm. So I seen it, and I took what I saw, and I learned from that shit. You feel me? Instead of repeating the same shit. But hell yeah, it's plenty of shit to get into if you're looking for it. It's always shit to get into if you're looking for trouble.
Man, every time you turn to the news, Lennox Mall always having the shooting. Though, goddamn.
Always.
I mean, goddamn, bro. The other one, I forgot the other mall. Shit. I forgot the other mall.
Greenbrier.
Yeah, Greenbrier. That be getting shot at too.
Yeah. Last time I was there, it was some shit that went down. 2 fights and that shit. It's shawty pull out a gun and shit, and then we just dip. You feel me? Cause we can't even shop in there no more. It's like, it's not even like a mall. It's just a place where you go for fuck shit.
Mm. Why do you think the shootings happening more often now? Why do you think it happens so often now? The ops.
I really feel like that's what these kids, that's the shit that they see growing up, and that's the shit that they feel like they have to become, because that's the shit that's around them, and that's the shit that they see on TV. That's the shit that they hear about in music. So that's what they feel like they gotta feed into, and they gotta become. If they want to be accepted into their society, they feel like they have to go that way when they don't. And most of them don't really have a reason to. They just do it because that's what's being programmed into their mind. It's like everything you listen to, everybody you hang around, it's all gonna contribute to like what you got going on. You feel me?
Facts. I just feel like a lot of guys are being thugs to impress women. You don't feel that way?
A lot. I feel that way.
I feel like a lot of niggas get really out of their body to impress females because.
And those, I've been around people like that. I had people like that in my circle when I first came over here, and I first started getting clicked in with certain people. Like, I had a circle of niggas who was like that. All them niggas gone now. You get what I'm saying? Because like once I educated myself, and once I started paying attention to certain shit, I was able to like just tell what a nigga was really trying to do. Like, if a nigga say certain shit, I could tell what he really mean by saying that shit. Like, is you saying that to impress Shawty over here, or is you like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
I definitely I just did it like niggas are showing out and they losing their life for these hoes, bro. Like they just really showing out for these hoes, posting guns on the gram, how niggas be moving and shit. I'm like, niggas ain't really moving like that, bro. Niggas ain't really doing this shit.
Not at all. Just
Uh,
about like every other nigga that get killed, it was a female involved somewhere down the line in that shit.
or they go to jail. It's involved with a female, most likely.
Somewhere down the line, I guarantee you, it's a female somewhere involved. I was just looking at this shit that happened to Mo3. You heard of him?
Yeah. He got shot in
Yeah,
Houston, leaving a female house.
exactly. And they
And
were
then
saying the dude was saying that he admitted to being jealous of him being with the female that he was supposed to have been with, some shit like that. But I see it too much, and it's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing to ever lose your life over. Is literally billions of women on this earth. There's
yeah,
always gonna be somebody else to go to.
it's always gonna be a
Never
bitch
like,
badder than her. It's always gonna be a bitch badder than her.
I can't see myself going out like that.
And then it's time to find out the dude who killed him was gay.
Right.
I was like,
Shit.
what the
It's
fuck?
weird shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, it's like this nigga family is mourning, having to pay for a funeral over this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? All right.
And that brings me to this question. How do you feel about rappers disrespecting the dead? Like Julio did a song and he's in the graveyard.
I don't take part in that shit at all. Like they do what they do, you feel me? It ain't like me saying something gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? They cut like that. That's what they do. I don't like that shit at all. That shit is ugly to me. And I feel like bad karma gonna come from that shit.
I just feel like it's very satanic and evil. Like,
yeah, that's
like Young Ace just did a song
like, you know
dissing all.
It ain't like if you diss a dead nigga, he's sitting there like, oh damn, these niggas dissing me right now. This nigga dead. You feel me? He don't hear shit. He don't hear that shit. So I'm just like, what you talking about that nigga for? You feel me?
Yeah, that's a new trend now. Smoking dead ox. We smoking
all that weird shit. And then the niggas who be saying that shit, they ain't had nothing to do with that nigga getting killed. You feel me? They ain't had nothing to do with this. They heard that nigga die. They started saying that shit. Them niggas ain't pulling no trigger. Them niggas ain't sending no hit. They ain't putting no money on bro head. None of that shit. But that's what these niggas do. They follow trends. They do whatever they see the niggas they look up to doing. They start doing that shit too. What they don't even know what that shit mean. Like that shit. They're just.
Yeah, my fault, bro. What you were saying?
I was saying, like, these niggas don't even know what that shit mean most of the time. They just see that the niggas who they looking up to doing that shit, and they start doing that shit too. They just start repeating what they see.
I feel like it's dangerous to be a rapper now. With all these rappers getting murdered, getting drops sitting on them and shit.
Damn, it's like what I would have said a couple years ago. I would have said no if you carry yourself a certain way. But then when you see shit that happened to niggas like X, you feel me? He wasn't fucking with nobody, and he still got hit. He was
buying some shit, buying something.
Yeah,
he about to buy a car or some shit, I think.
Motorcycle, and then just ran up on him and did. Like, you feel me? So now it's like, you get what I'm saying? You gotta watch yourself no matter, even if you're not on that hot shit. Even if you just minding your own business and doing what you do, you still gotta be careful. It's like you're not allowed to be a normal person no more when you get a lifestyle like that. You feel me? When every nigga know you got money, regardless of whether they fuck with you or not, they know you got money. So it's like you always gonna be a target to some niggas. So like you can't.
He died in his own city.
Most niggas do. Most niggas do.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it, that was Kodak Black, tattoo artist. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll be surprised how small this world really is. Like how many niggas know. You feel me?
Facts. It's facts. Very sad. RP the X. What made you start rapping though?
What made me start rapping? See, since I was a little kid, I've been around rap. My dad listening to music, me riding in the car with him, hearing the shit that he listened to was a big influence. When I would be at my dad's house, feel me? Because when I was a little kid, I lived with my grandma when I was living in Gwinnett. So I would see my dad on the weekend. So me going over to his house, I'd be riding around with him. He'll be playing niggas like Jeezy, Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, Future, and shit like that. And then when I be at the house with him, he might just be on his computer, just like watching music videos and shit like that. And so me saying like Lil Wayne was a strong influencer. Like I love that nigga. That nigga was like magic to my ass when I would watch his videos and shit. I would be like, damn, niggas will come over. He might have kickbacks at his house sometimes, and niggas will come over. He turn the music on. Everybody start dancing, getting lit, singing that shit. I was like, that's so cool how a nigga can just do that, and nigga can make some shit and then change the whole mood of the people that's listening to that shit. And I was like, that's cool as fuck, and I want to be able to do that shit too. You feel me? So that's what really got me into rap. And then I always had a taste in R&B and shit like that, because that's all my grandma listened to. All she listened to is Kiss 104.1. R&B singing shit. She hate that rap shit. You get what I'm saying? So I had both sides. I had somebody who loved R&B and somebody who loved hip hop, and so I had both in my ear. So that automatically, like, I was in the music. I was just born into it. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. I forgot Wayne is very influential. Young Thug,
Very.
got his inspiration from Wayne. He's
Yeah.
inspired by Wayne. So, like, I feel like Wayne birthed a lot of kids. Wayne got a lot of kids,
A
man.
whole lot. Whole lot.
So, I mean, he's a granddaddy in the game right
Man,
now with
he
all
was
these kids he
responsible for
got.
Drake, Nicki.
Come on, man.
Let's go on. Like, you
I feel
feel
like
me?
he birthed Future a little bit. I feel like Future got some of his style from Wayne with the mumble rap and
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like he influenced Future too, for sure.
Right. Wayne influenced a whole generation with the
Yeah, that
dreads and
that
tats.
whole way. I slick miss that whole era sometimes. Like, I be thinking about this shit. I be going back and watching videos that I used to watch.
I mean, he the one started that shit with the dreads and getting tats on your face. Nobody was doing that shit before
Nah,
Wayne.
nobody was doing that shit. The blood shit, all that shit. He brought that shit to the limelight. You feel me?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody loved that nigga. Like, he wasn't
Man.
around it. He was at the top.
And why your dad's in jail though right now?
No, he's not right now. I said he
Oh,
had been in jail like 30
oh
times.
okay.
He out right now. He out. He don't move like that no more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that kind of like impact your childhood, him being out of jail?
Yeah, it did a whole lot. It was like I didn't understand it. I was too young to really understand like what was going on and why he made the decisions that he made. You feel me? Because I just thought, you feel me, like, you know what the law is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. Like, why you keep doing certain shit. And it's like,
Fact.
when you get exposed to certain shit, then you realize like this shit is not just a walkthrough. You feel me? Life is not just some shit that you just do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's struggle with every person, no matter who you are, whether you in the streets, whether you one of the richest people on this planet. You have
Mm-hmm.
some kind of struggle that you go through, no matter what. And you never gonna be able to just like be perfect. It's not possible. So
Right. So you had to check him on that or whatever.
right, and you feel me? I understand a lot of things that he did. Now he lost a lot of people. He lost his father at 17, my granddad. Then he lost his brother from
Mm.
AIDS. Then his firstborn son, my oldest brother, he lost him from cancer, and he was only 4 years old.
Right.
So he lost the three people closest to him: father, brother, and son. So he done been through his fair share of bullshit. You get what I'm saying? So like, it's a blessing that he's still stable right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You never know. Parents go through things too, though. People don't realize that, man.
Yeah,
Starting to get older now. Parents
yeah.
went through
Cause
things
like,
too.
I get it. I'm like, you feel me? He drank. You feel me? He used to be way worse with that shit, but he done settled down with that shit. So I'm proud of him for still, you feel me, getting up every day and doing what he do. You feel me? He go to work. He don't do no, he don't take in no street shit no more. You get what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
just live his life. He take care of his family, and he do what he do. So I'm thankful to still have him. I can still talk to him about anything I want to talk about.
That's good. That's dope right there. And how you like it with DJ Nasty for the video? For the
Yeah, I had seen his page. I think a rapper that I follow posted a new video. I think her name Gigi. Yeah, Gigi 2 times, some shit like that. She had
mm-hmm.
posted a video on her story, so I seen it. The editing was fine, so I looked at who's tagged in the video. I went to DJ Nasty page. I saw all the content that he had on his page, and I was like, this nigga hard. I got to link with bro and do some shit. You feel me? I'm always working. I'm always cooking up new shit. You feel me? My whole studio set up right here.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm always had new music coming. I need to cook up a video. You feel me? Cause I got so many songs that's just songs. Ain't no video to them. And niggas really want videos nowadays. They don't really like just listening to a song like that no more. The videos was really gonna take your shit up there. You feel me?
Facts.
If you a new artist, I'm gonna say, now if
Mm.
you a nigga like Drake, you can just drop whenever you want to drop, and your shit gonna do numbers every time. But if you
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it in, like, you gotta show niggas like they got to see you in full effect to really, you feel me, gravitate towards you.
Absolutely, though. I feel like that's how you really got to make it, though. Like back in the day, you could just like freestyle in front of somebody. You know, you see an artist in Linux or in the store or whatever, you freestyle in front of them, you get put on type shit. But
Right,
nowadays, you got to shoot that visual, and they got to come fuck with you or some
right,
type of thing. They got to see what you hitting on there. Are you making the fan base? You know what I'm saying? They want to
right.
see, are you putting effort forward?
But I still feel like with this way that we got now, it's a whole lot easier. Cause it wouldn't have been no room for a nigga like me back in the '90s and no shit like that. That shit
I
wouldn't
mean,
have
yeah, we got the internet, so I mean, the internet
happened.
out there, but it's still difficult in ways. It's just,
Yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't say it's
in its own
easier.
way,
It's
most definitely. But overall, I feel like it is easier. You feel me? You don't need no cosign from the nigga. You can invest your own money into your own equipment, and then you can
right.
do your own thing. You can make a whole mixtape on your own, and it's like
Fact.
you can take your own money and promote yourself and bring yourself into the game. It's hard, but it's possible.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I
it's
mean,
like,
the internet, you can reach so many
yeah,
people. Back in the day, you couldn't reach that many people without a label. Now you can reach millions of people from your phone, from your laptop. It's just so much
like,
convenient now.
back then, if you ain't had no label, you wasn't really gonna make it.
I couldn't do what I'm doing 15 years ago, like reaching
Yeah,
out to
nah,
you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Unless I'm really out there catching flights, making plays type shit. But you know what I'm saying?
like,
So the internet made things a lot convenient, a lot more, made things a little bit simpler
yeah.
though.
You could just be, you could just do this shit by yourself. Just grind it out until you make it. Or you could sign to a label too. But I feel like there's pros and cons that come with signing to a label, and there's pros and cons to being independent. And you really gotta choose. Like,
Can you explain the pros and cons for everybody?
you said what?
Can you explain the pros and cons to signing to a label or versus being independent?
Signing to a label, what a label is gonna do for you, they're gonna market you to the best of their ability. Because when you sign to a label, you're their product. You get what I'm saying? So everything you do is gonna represent them. So they gonna make sure you got the fires clothes, you got jewelry, your videos is top quality and all that shit. And then you just gotta deliver as far as the music. And they gonna give you in advance, but you gotta pay that back. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they understand that when they give you that money when you first sign, that it's an investment. They're investing that money. Like if a label sign you for $2 million, that
Mm-hmm.
means they believe that you as an artist can make them $2 million plus interest,
Mm-hmm.
and they're expecting you to do that whenever you drop your project or next single, whatever. They're expecting you to make them that money back, and they get signed. They take that money and then they blow all that shit. So
Right.
they get all this fire ass shit, and then they ain't making no music no more. Or when they do make music, it's a mid. It ain't really
Yeah.
all that. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So now it's like we done gave you the money. You got the
Yeah.
look. You got all that, all the Gucci, all the VVS's, you got all that, but you ain't got the music no more. So that's why
Mm.
all these artists, all they really do anymore is just post pictures on Instagram. You feel me? With some new drip, and you don't never hear a new song from them. And it's like, where the music go? Cause
It's
cause they lost focus.
it's
They
kind of like with that.
music.
Right.
They
Mm-hmm.
love what happened, the lifestyle, and that's what they was chasing. And that's when you find out where somebody heart at, whether they heart in the music or whether it's
Mm.
the look and all this shit. So you
Yeah,
already know.
I want to add on to that. It's kind of like with the SoundCloud. Remember in 2016 and 17, we had a bunch of SoundCloud rappers like the Yachties, the Ugly Gods, the Little
Yeah,
Pumps,
yeah.
YBN Gang, YBN the Men, all those guys.
I'm here. Yeah.
And you see, like, YBN then dropped a song called Soul Train, and ain't nobody fucking with it. Ain't nobody bumping that shit. Or Lil Pump can't get a fucking hit again. You see what I'm saying? Like, all
It's
those
like,
rappers are being eradicated. Like, all those rappers are being erased, bro.
yeah,
Like,
it's not
I,
gonna last forever. Nothing's gonna last forever. Even when I do get on, I know it's not gonna last forever. You feel me?
unless you're Drake.
Drake, that's a special case. You feel me? Drake is a
Yeah.
special ass nigga. That nigga, I don't know what happened with him, but that shit, I didn't even expect him to be on this line. When I was a kid and I would hear him on the radio, I didn't think he would still be around 2021.
I didn't know either though, but
You would have
he
asked me
got
back then if you think he's still gonna be around to this day, I would have been like, nah. but he pulled it off. I feel like if you really got that passion for music and you really grind it out, you can definitely do that shit. But that's rare. That's very
Oh
rare.
yeah, oh
Somebody
yeah.
stay in the game that long. But
I feel like now with gangster rap, the fans want people who live in their life versus the SoundCloud. They don't want to hear about. I feel like nowadays they want somebody to catch a body. They want you to get charged for it, and they want you to have a
right,
bad bitch. But now, back in 5 years ago, they would just want to hear about it. But now I feel like the fans have gotten mature and older. They want to see if a rapper really living in his rhymes now. Don't you get that?
man, music is like drugs. Like, you feel me? It's like when you first smoke some weed, and you can
Mm-hmm.
smoke some gas, and you'll be straight with that. Then you gonna start wanting Zaza and shit. Then you gonna start wanting more potent shit. You gonna want more and more. The more you use, you gonna need more to get high. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna get the same high smoking the same shit over and over again. Like, now we want to see like what's next. Then niggas always look for new artists and what's gonna come next and how music gonna evolve and shit. It's like niggas want more. They want to see the image. They want to see that you really like that. And that's why me in my music, I don't act like no street nigga in my music. You feel me? Everything I say is who I really am. I'll talk about a gun, but that's because I really got one and I really do what I need to do if I need to do it. You feel me? But I'm not just acting like I'm just some bully ass nigga just pulling up on niggas' blocks and spraying shit up. You feel me?
Facts. Spinning blocks and shit,
Right.
catching
You feel
bodies.
me? It's like, because everything you say, niggas is going to try you on that shit. You feel me?
It's kind of sad though. I remember a point in time where you could just rap and it was just entertainment. Nowadays you
Yeah,
gotta live. And
entertainment. But
people hang on every word a rapper says. Like really, bro. Like everything a rapper says, a motherfucker expect you to be on that shit. You
because
know.
these gangsta ass niggas that done started rapping, now they done tried to change the shit to where, like, you feel me? Like, it's about your life. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's entertainment. That's what this shit originally was.
That's what I thought it was.
It was
Leave the streets.
entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started coming out with all these new rules, like, you feel me? Like, if you talk to police, then you can't rap. If you got down, you feel me? If you ain't killed nobody for real, you not a real street nigga, or you not a real nigga unless you bang this, or all type of bullshit they done put in the game, and it's like that has nothing to do with what
I
this
thought
shit
it was
is.
entertainment business, dude. Where you
That's what
rap
it
to
is.
entertain.
And the
And
thing is, see, most people, it's more white people who listen to rap music than black people.
hmm?
It's more white people is the real source of these niggas fans. If you look up any rapper show,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be more white people in the crowd than black people.
Mm. Are you
Just
talking
look
about a
up
particular
any
artist or just
show.
any artist?
I'd say majority of artists. I'm not gonna say any, but the majority of artists, like, you watch their shows, it's more white people in that shit than black people.
Mm.
That shit like a CMAO. That shit is like, cause they get entertained by that shit. They're like, that shit is like, I don't know. It's like an escape for them. You feel me? It's like when they listen to music like Chief Keef and shit, they love that shit because that shit is the most entertaining shit ever. It feels like breaking all the barriers that they wish that they could be. You feel me?
I
Our
just be
culture,
like, mm-hmm.
our culture like inspires them a whole lot, and they
Right.
really like that shit. But what was you about to say?
I was about to say, I just feel like the street niggas need to leave the shit in the streets and let the rappers rap. Like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. People just making all kind of rules for
Right.
this
They're
shit.
trying to mix it up and combine it and make it to the same thing. The industry and the streets is not the same shit.
It's definitely not the
It's
same. And I
definitely
talked to
not
rap.
the same shit. And it's
I
like
talked to
niggas get mad because, like, niggas who's in the industry is not following street rules. But I'm like, nigga, this ain't the streets. That
Sack.
this is not the streets. It's like that Pop Hunter dude, the nigga who made that Corvette song.
Right.
They destroyed that nigga's whole career over
You
that
think
shit.
he's done?
You see, I'm not gonna say he's done, but niggas not taking him the same way. It's like,
But
you remember? Did you hear about how they allegedly found paperwork on him that he had told?
I just don't understand
Like,
about. That's why I be trying to talk to local rappers. They always talking about you
but
gotta live what's in your round. But I'm like, bruh, it's fucking music. And the dude was a kid when he did this. Why
that's
does
what
it
I was about to say.
matter?
I was about to say, like, he was like, I think 13 or 14. They said when this shit happened, and they said, I think somebody killed his mama right in front of him.
Yeah.
Story I heard, I don't know if that's exactly, but somebody murdered his mom right in front of him, and then he told the police who did it. And so they feel like because of that, he shouldn't be able to rap no more. I'm just like, I don't know.
This shit weird to me. Like,
I can't really say that I agree with that shit. Like, you feel me? It's
I
like
don't care if
everybody
anybody
say what they
snitching
would
now.
do until they're actually in that situation. And then when
Facts.
they're actually in that situation in real life, they do some different shit. So like a lot of niggas who say like, damn, you shouldn't have told no way, like you supposed to be a real nigga, you supposed to this and this. Y'all niggas would piss y'all pants if y'all was in a situation like that. And
I
it's
know I goddamn will. I'm fucking telling. I blame motherfuckers all the time. I ain't no street nigga. But I don't understand this shit. Like, I remember Lil Uzi Vert was saying I shouldn't have did it. So I'm like, bruh, nobody's living this rap. This rap shit
the
is a
thing is like
fantasy. Nobody's catching.
I don't even know if Uzi straight like that for real. Like all respect to him, he inspired me a whole lot. But I don't even know if he really like if you really got enough stain to even be telling somebody else, like trying to enforce some street shit on somebody else. I don't even know if you like you don't even live like that. You feel me?
Exactly. So who am I to say that? I don't even live like that.
You get
But
what
my
I'm saying?
thing
Like how
is,
you gonna try and enforce the street code of somebody else? I don't even know. I don't even think he came from that life for real. So, but I don't know. And if they
like
feel
I said,
a certain way
niggas
about
doing
me
it.
saying that shit, then that's just how they feel. But it's like, you know, you don't know what you would have did in the situation until you in that shit. It's niggas who say that if a nigga rob me, I'll try to smack the gun out of his hand and beat that nigga ass. And then when a nigga put a gun in they dome, they sitting there froze. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. This
Yeah,
shit
you never
weird
know until
how
you
they
need
how
it.
they do that shit and then try to like enforce street code on a nigga who not street. That nigga,
Exactly.
he was talking about riding in the Corvette. He wasn't talking about shooting no nigga block up and no shit like that. He was talking about riding in the brand new whip. And now they trying to cancel that whole nigga career. You trying to stop that nigga from eating and
I just
getting
don't
his
understand.
money all
I
because of
just
that shit. And that shit is lame as fuck to me. I never agree with no shit like that. That shit lame.
I just never understood. I never understood it. I never thought in all my years that rap would come to this. You got to catch a body, you got to have a bad
Nah,
bitch, and you got to do all this dumb shit and street shit, criminal shit to be a rapper nowadays for people to believe you. Because if
right.
you ain't no real, they don't believe you, you ain't real. Like, well, how the fuck
I
you
feel
get
like
rap codes and
everybody
street codes?
rap about how they. I feel like everybody should just be themselves in their music. Just do what you want to do. There's no rules to this shit. You feel me? I feel like you can make whatever you want to make, and can't nobody really tell you shit. That's how it should be, from what I believe. Like my music is art. You feel me? It's not. It's not like a Bible. It's not a goddamn guide for you to listen to that shit and then think, okay, he said this. These are the notes I need to take as far as life. My music is art and it's meant for entertainment. You get what I'm saying? It's meant like you can make music for whatever. You can make music for a club. You can make music for depression, whatever you want to make it for. And whatever vibe you bring, that's like, that's what, damn, I got lost in what I was saying. What I was saying was
Yeah.
you can make music for like any type of
Mm-hmm.
mood, or you get what I'm saying? It's art. It's like no one should be able to tell you what you can say in your music. It's your music. It's your craft. It's whatever you do. Now, if you want to rap about the shit that you live, then you can do that. If you want to rap about street life, you can do that. It's art. You feel me? It's like it's so many niggas that just want to goddamn take niggas shine away and stop niggas from eating just because they not doing what they doing. It's like you a street nigga, that's you. If he rapping about this and that, that's him. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't try to like enforce your life on somebody else when y'all not from the same thing. But that's how I feel as far as that.
Fact, fact. Who's the girl in the video, man? On
Girl,
her
I
video.
think her name Jasmine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She was a model who DJ Nasty showed me. I was like, yeah, I think she'll be good for the video. You feel me?
and at the end, she was mad you had girls, your girl number in the phone, bro.
Yeah, that was a fire ass skit. That shit was funny. I had a good time shooting that video. That was like, it was a good
How
experience.
long? How
Worked with.
long it took you to shoot that?
It took us like we had an hour and some minutes. You feel me? We had a short time. I rented out that condo, and yeah, we pulled up. We did our thing. You feel me? But yeah,
Hey,
DJ Nasty, he a fire ass videographer. Like I fuck with, bro.
okay, so
I
shout out to
really want to
DJ
take
Nasty.
I really want to take bro on tour with me when I start doing these shows for real. I want to take
Yeah.
him with me. You feel me? Do some blogs and shit. I feel like that'll be good for my supporters and shit. Cause I gotta get them more content. I ain't been giving too much content. I've been focusing on myself a lot and trying to keep my supporters like, you feel me, and connect with me as far as this music shit. But I'm about to go dumb. Crazy. I ain't been active for a while. I had a lot of shit going on, but you know, it's time for me to really do this shit because I'm starting to get serious about this shit for real, for real. I've been serious, but it's like I ain't been active. You feel me? I'll drop a song here and there and maybe a video, but it's like as far as like really pushing myself as an artist and as a brand, that's what I'm really about to start doing. And you know, me and my manager, we got a whole lot of shit planned. And it's like this summer ain't nobody gonna be able to fuck with us at all. Not at all. I ain't gonna speak too much on what we finna do, but you feel me? Anybody who pay attention, they gonna see we really coming with some shit and we coming different. So
You said you get paranoid when you get them packs through the mail, man. You get paranoid when you do that?
I'm paranoid. Hoping Jake St. Pete that pack come through the mail. You feel me? Basically
Well,
saying like, you know, I'm doing my thing, but I was like, you know, you could always slip up, no matter how slick you think you is. You can slip up doing anything, and it's like everybody gonna get caught at least once. Ain't nobody just, you feel me, just do some shit and just not get caught with that shit. It's like, so basically what I'm saying is like, you know, I'm always thinking about what could go wrong type shit.
man, I don't care how slick you is, man. The streets are undefeated, bro. Like you
And
gonna get caught
don't
eventually.
love nobody.
It's just telling you, bro. This shit is like a dirty hole. The niggas be trying to wipe that shit. Can't.
Shit, bro.
And you say you got a tour coming up. What tour dates you got planned?
We ain't even playing no dates yet, but we already know who we finna book with. You feel me? We got our own person that we finna book with. And
Mm-hmm.
what the brand does, like I think it's called My Afton or some shit like that. What they do is they have these shows throughout Atlanta from time to time. You sell your little tickets to your supporters and shit like that. And basically depending on how many people you bring in is gonna determine how much money you gonna bring in. So we starting out small. We doing shit like that. You feel me? Just all I'm really trying to do is get myself into that limelight to where I got enough supporters that's really gonna go hard for my shit and push my shit. And then that right there is gonna do everything is gonna do what it needs to do. You feel me? Like once I get to that level to where like anything I drop, they just gonna spread that shit. It's just gonna spread like wildfire. That shit is just gonna you just gonna be hearing about that shit. I ain't even gonna tell nobody. You just gonna be hearing about it because if your content is good,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna go up. Anything that you put out, if the content is good, it's gonna go. So I'm not really worried about if, it's more so when I'm gonna start. You feel me? Shooting up for real. You know, I'm starting at the bottom. I ain't got no problem with being where I'm at because I know what my work ethic is. I'm always working. Like my manager never had to tell me like when you finna come out with some new shit, when you finna do this, because I live with this shit. Like my shit is right next to where I sleep at. I wake up and I do this shit. I wake up and make music. I wake up and listen to music. Everything I eat, sleep, and shit, music. That's all that goes to like 90% of my head is rap lyrics. All
Mm-hmm.
I know is this shit. So I really live for this shit. It's my passion. So I'm never gonna stop. I'ma always be hungry. I could have $1 billion in my account. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna want to make more music because that's what I love. That's what I do. So
Thanks. Good dope sell itself, man.
For real. And
Uh,
I'm just pushing my shit. I'm not clout chasing off of nobody. I'm not trying to be for nobody. I'm doing my own thing and enjoying myself where I'm at right now. I'm happy. I'm not rich. I'm trying to get there, but you feel me? I'm happy where I'm at, and I can do what I do and be comfortable with myself, and know even if it's only a few people bumping my shit right now, that's good with me. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing what my heart wants. So I'm living the life I want to live already. In my eyes, I already made it. They just don't realize it yet.
facts, facts. And what was the bottle you had in the video?
The bottom, I
Yeah.
guess it's supposed to be champagne or some shit. I don't even know what that shit was. No cap. I don't know what the fuck that shit was. I ain't even want to sip that shit. Like I ain't even want I don't drink. You feel me? That was some shit that DJ Nasty wanted me to do. But you feel me? I ain't finna do no shit like that no more. Cause that shit was weird to me. Cause I don't do no shit like that. And I didn't want to put that in the video knowing that I don't do that shit. I don't drink. I don't get drunk. None of that shit. I smoke, but that's the most I do. I
No
never
perks and none of that shit. No pills.
never did no hardcore drugs. Been around them plenty of times, but I never tapped into that shit. I don't want to get that high. You feel me saying? I don't want to be seeing aliens and shit, goddamn hallucinating all that shit. I just want to chill the fuck out. You feel me?
Spaceships on Bankhead. You start to see spaceships on
God,
fucking
I
Bankhead.
just want to chill the fuck out and vibe. You feel me? And be a, that shit. I fuck with it, but it's a downside to it too, because I suffer from anxiety disorder. So sometimes that shit could trigger panic attacks for me. So I don't do it as much as I used to. You
You
feel me?
want to smoke weed?
Yeah.
You ever get therapy though? You feel like you need therapy or like psychological help and
I
shit?
feel like that could help. I ain't really had the time to do that for real. I'm pretty much just working on what I got going on, and I feel like the further I get, I'm gonna have more time to do that shit. So, but I've learned to cope with it for the most part. So it's not fucking with me like that. How much it used to. It was a point where I was having like panic attacks like every other night. I could hardly get sleep.
Mm.
Mental disorder do to you if you really dwell in that shit, and it's like I hit rock bottom. I was in a bad place mentally. So, but I'm
I,
doing good now. I done learned to cope with that shit. You feel me?
I feel like a lot of young black men need to get therapy, man. I feel like black folks in
Yeah.
period need to get therapy.
Niggas been
Uh,
traumatized from the shit that they went through.
you feel like you got PTSD though, all those demons or something you seen? Or?
Everybody got demons, but I might have PTSD. I might. I don't know. I gotta look into that shit more. See what that shit really about for real.
Everybody watching, man, go get clinical help, man. Go to see a therapist, man.
Most definitely. I'm gonna
How
look
long
into.
you been? How long you been diagnosed with this shit though? Like how long you been suffering from it?
I've been suffering from that shit for about a year. About a year. I say it really started. I was like on my last year of school, my senior year. I graduated 2020, so I was going through a lot of shit mentally. You feel me? And it's like the way I used to be. I used to be that nigga who tried to like blend in with everybody else. You feel me? All I really wanted back then was just to be one of them niggas that's like popular, getting all them likes and shit. You feel me? Getting all the hoes and all that shit. I just wanted to be one of them niggas. And it's like, I really never had a reason to want to be like them, because they not shit anyway. They ain't that special to even like, it's not even worth using your energy to try and be like them. Because like, what do they got to offer at the end of the day? What do they do besides smoke, fuck on hoes, post pics, and you get what I'm saying? It's just stupid shit. They values is all in the wrong place. So it's like, you definitely shouldn't want to be like one of them niggas. But it's like, I don't know. Niggas ain't fuck with me in my school. I ain't even gonna cap. The majority of niggas ain't fuck with me.
Hey,
I
don't feel
might,
bad, bro. I was the same guy. So hey,
some people might think that I was that nigga who was just, no, I was the exact
oh,
opposite. I was not that nigga. Like, I was that nigga that wanted to be that nigga. You feel me? And
me
tried to
too.
be that nigga. But it's like, it ain't. Why?
Fuck the comments.
What's
Fuck
the
the comments.
meaning? Aliens, my shit, A4L. A4L means alien for life. An alien is a person who is the exact opposite of what society wants them to be. You feel me?
Mm.
It's like we go against all that shit. Like the weird ass niggas on this planet. You feel me? The niggas who don't click in with nobody, who can't fit in no matter how hard they try, which was me. And you feel me? I always been that, and I always tried to run from that shit because I didn't like that. That was who I was. And every time I ever tried to fit in, I always made a fool out of myself. You feel me? You will
Right.
fail because like damn, what the fuck is this nigga doing? You feel me? It's like what I came to when I hit rock bottom in my depression. I hit that point because I spent so much of my energy trying to be like these niggas, trying to
Facts.
be like everybody else. And it's like once you dwell in anxiety and depression so much, you start experiencing physical symptoms. So I started having panic attacks. I started feeling chills through my body. I was having headaches all day, and I was like, this is the point that I done brought myself to, trying to be like, you feel me, trying to fit in. This is what I've done to myself, and I've literally drained myself physically and mentally. So at that point, I just said, fuck it. I said, I'm not going to try to be like these niggas. No, I'm just going to be myself. And if these niggas don't fuck with me, then fuck them. You feel me? What they going to do? It's like,
Man, that's how I grew up to be like, I was trying to be that guy, but I realized, man, you just got to be yourself, man.
right.
You know,
And it's
you
people
can't
like us.
impress nobody.
It's the weirdos. It's the people who don't blend in with society. It's the people like us that are the special people of this world. The people who bring the important shit to this world. Like the niggas who invented Google. There was weirdos. There was geeks. You feel me? And it's like,
That's an insult. Like people call guys geek,
nah,
females call guys geeks, but
nah,
I don't look at it as an insult. Like
not
I
at
feel
all.
like they trying to use it, but really, it's cool
Not at
because
all.
those motherfuckers come out billionaires and millionaires.
Nah, those are the people. They made some shit that everybody used, and now you can go on your phone, and now you can literally find out anything you want to find out. Back in the day, you had to read books to find that shit out. Now you could just type that shit up, and you can find, like, people will put some fake shit on the internet sometimes, but for the most part, that shit is useful. And
It's
it's like,
very resourceful. Very resourceful. It's very, very good to back up yourself with the internet, man. It's a lot of important documents, articles on there. A lot of those stuff are facts. I say about 70, 85% of that shit is facts on it
yeah,
for the most part.
alien for life is like it's like embrace the fact that you are who you are, and it's like do what you love, find what you love doing, make that shit into a hustle, and then live your life doing your thing, because you only gonna get one life. And I'll be damned, feel me, if I spent the entire one life that I had not being happy because I wanted to be like somebody else, not chasing my dream, not doing what I want to do. So you get to do this shit one time. What story you gonna write? Every choice you make, you write in your story. So what story you gonna choose to write? And that's what A4L is about. That's what being an alien is about. And that's who I am. I feel like someone who like me, who's been through the things that they've been through, is a perfect person to lead those people. So that's who I represent. That's why I go so hard for A4L. That's what I feel my purpose is. So it's deeper than just music. You feel me?
Hey man, I relate to
Like,
it, bro. Cause I mean, I always struggle with fitting out of place, misfit. Just can't as an outcast, just can't find
right.
no sense of home. You know what I'm saying? You can't find
Right.
nobody you can really
But
like
it's like it's
connect with.
like you gotta know that, like, it's you. You are the one who brings that shit to the table, and it's like you are the prize. You feel me? You gotta take yourself and just say, like, what is it that I want to do? What is it that I'm gonna be happy with? And it's like you can't look at nothing that nobody else is doing and just try to judge yourself based off of that. You can't judge like where you at in life based off of where somebody else at,
Can't
or
compare yourself.
you gonna find yourself in depression every time you do it. Every time you do it, you gonna
That's
find.
why. Right. I feel like, man, social media, man, there's a lot of things about comparison. It's a competition.
Right.
It's a popularity contest.
You gotta get off this shit. You gotta like literally log off this shit for sometimes and just
Yeah. I
go
feel like, man,
out. You
I
feel
feel
me?
like sometimes social media breaks is helpful, man. It's helpful for your mind, body, and soul. Like you
It's
lose
like,
yourself, bro.
and you realize after being on Instagram so long, you realize it's the same shit every day. It's the same shit. It's just different versions of the same shit. It's some new nigga posted some drip, some new girl shaking their ass.
That's
R.I.P.
it.
this nigga, free this nigga. You feel me? It's just a repeat of the same shit over and over again. It's like you get on that shit every day, and it's just like I'm just tired of looking at this shit.
It's kind of wet though. I just get on there to post, but I'm thinking about getting on a little break, man. It's just shaking ass. Bitches, I would just be
Ain't,
like, man, some of these bitches
ain't
names
nothing
not
good for your mind. It's like nobody's talking about how to invest money into this, how to bring yourself up. Everybody talking about degrading shit, like shit is gonna bring you down.
Yeah, it could be very depressing however you look at it. Like, I ain't know. Some of these bitches not even that bad, bro. I just feel like because of social media, they got this platform, they twerking, shaking
Yeah,
ass, and OnlyFans, that they getting
yeah.
clout off this shit.
Everybody sellouts. Everybody gonna do what sells. I feel like people like I'm not calling nobody out, but I'm gonna say Megan Thee Stallion, for example. I don't even think that she wants to make the type of music that she makes. I don't even think that that's what she want to talk about. I think that she does that shit because that's what's gonna sell. When you get signed to that label and they give you that advance and you expected to make that money back, it's not about what you want to do. It's about what's gonna make that money. It's about what's gonna put that food on the table. You get me?
Keep
It's
the
like
lights on.
I feel like they doing what they know is gonna work. If you make a song about ass, that shit is gonna sell.
I mean, I ain't got no problem with artists talking about sex. I mean, it's nothing but music. It's entertainment. I
You know,
don't take it to heart.
got no
But I
problem.
just don't feel like, I feel like every female trying to do about it, and it's getting lame and repetitive, and
Right.
everybody twerking on the gram. It's like, that's all I see, right? Just bitches selling ass and titties.
But yeah, I mean they doing what they gotta do. All respect to their hustle. And they getting money. I'm not mad at them. I'm not dissing them or no shit like that. But you feel me? I pay attention to shit. So it's like, you know,
It's facts. It's facts. How much you charge for features and bookings? You know.
right now I'm not even doing features right now. I'm really focusing on building myself up as a brand. It's like even if it was a big artist, I don't even think that I would do it right now. Because if I got a feature from say like Future or somebody and I put that song out, of course that song finna go dumb. You get what I'm saying? But it's like I don't want to be known as that nigga who got famous because he had that song with Future. You feel me? I want to build myself up first as an artist and establish my own fan base in my own spot, and then start collaborating with people. Which I want them to know me for me first, because I feel like that song is gonna be the only song that niggas even know about. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Or it can help you get into a different atmosphere. You know, you can
Right,
reach a different demographic, like a different audience, though, probably too as well
right. You feel me?
with
I
with
feel
the
like
song.
I want them to get to know me. I feel like they're not really gonna do that if I come out with a song with a mainstream artist. It's just gonna be too mainstream. It's gonna be too forced. So I don't want to do that just yet. I definitely want to do that, but not really yet. The only person you really gonna hear me on songs with is the people in my circle, A4L. My two brothers, Spark and Seven, and then I got my homie Zay, DJ Zay. Then I got my brother, not my blood brother, but it's like my homie Motto. He A4L too. So it's really just us right now, and I'm doing it with just us. I go hard for like my entire group.
Facts, facts, facts. Do you remember your first performance?
My first performance, see
Yeah.
my bro on DJ Zay just joined right now. That's who I was just talking about. He was with me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It was me and him. And that was it. It was this show at this place called Club Rio. And so they do these events to where like you pay some money to secure your spot performing, and then it's gonna be like a top 10. A top 10 that they got. It's gonna be 3 judges, and then they gonna rank the top 10. And whoever in the top 10, they gonna come on stage. Then the crowd gonna pick between them, and whoever win, they gonna give away like 5,000 cash. And I think second place get like 2,500, and third place get 1,000. So it was an opportunity. You feel me? And so I did it. I ain't win. You feel me? It was like hundreds of niggas in that shit. It was packed. That was the deepest club that I ever seen. But I ain't win, but I still took the opportunity to do that shit. You feel me? We rocked that shit out though. We did our thing though. You
Right,
feel me?
right, right.
He popped out and supported me. I think we caught the martyr just to go to that bit. We caught the martyr
What is the martyr?
all the way to Midtown. just so we could get to that club.
And what is the MARTA for everybody watching?
The MARTA, it's a transit system. They got buses and trains. So it stands for, I think, Metropolitan Atlanta Transit, something like that. But it's basically an Atlanta transit system, public transportation, trains, buses, and shit like that. So we ain't had no car, nothing like that. So we ain't even had the money to Uber. I spent all my money trying to get my spot in the club to perform, and so we wasn't even of age to even get in. I think it's like if you ain't had no ID, you had to pay a little fine to get in the club. So I paid the fine just to get in the club, but I wasn't even supposed to be in there because I wasn't even 18. I was 17. So, but I went in there anyway. I took my chances and I did my shit. You feel me? We ain't win, but we had fun and we did our thing anyway.
What was the crowd reaction when you performed?
They was fucking with it. But I feel like I don't think the judges was fucking with me. You feel me? I don't think they felt like I was like what they wanted me to be. Because the niggas who won, it was like more gangster rap, street nigga type shit. That was talking about, that generic ass shit. You feel me? I ain't talking about that. You feel me? I wasn't one of them generic niggas. So I feel like that's why they ain't put me on the list. That's why they ain't picked me. So that's pretty much when I stopped doing shit like that. You feel me? Cause I was just like, I need to stop looking for approval of other people. You feel me? It's gonna come when it come, and the right audience gonna hear my shit, and I'm gonna go up regardless. So, to any upcoming artists that's trying to make it, I don't think you should do shit like that. I don't think you should just look for nobody approval or nobody cosign, this and that. Just do your own thing, and if you made for it, it's gonna come to you. You gonna get there.
Fair. That's a good tip. What event or festival you would like to perform at?
A festival I would like to perform at, I would love to perform at Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud is lit as fuck. And Coachella, shit like that. I love like shit that got like big ass arenas. You feel me? Like I love that shit. A lot of people got stage fright. I ain't got that shit at all. I love that shit.
I feel like with the bigger stage, people shouldn't be scared because there's so many people. I feel like with the
Like
smaller stage,
right, being in the spotlight and everybody got their eyes on you. You got the floor. You feel me? Like that shit is amazing. Man. I'm taking that shit over when I step up there.
so you don't even get no anxiety or anxious at all.
Not about that, no. Cause that's my passion. This shit is my passion. Showcasing my music is something I love to do.
Facts.
You
And
know?
where's Rolling Loud is in LA, right?
Rolling Loud, it's at a different place every year, I think. I think it's
Okay.
gonna be in Miami
Mm.
this year. I think it's this weekend.
I need to look that up too.
Yeah,
I ain't going
I
though,
think
but
it's this
shit.
weekend in Miami. I think it's in a different place every time. So yeah.
Yeah, them joints be
But
packed
I love
out though.
that shit. That shit is fire as fuck. I seen niggas like Juice WRLD perform at places like that, and it's like it's just a great ass opportunity. You got your own little set, you feel me? And you just do your thing. You get up there and you perform your music. I feel like I'll be a great fit for that shit. Cause like, I don't know. The vibes that I bring is out of this world. Like this Alien Rockstar mixtape that I'm about to drop, that shit is just gone. It's just different. That's all I can really describe it as. It's different in the greatest way possible. And I'm waiting. I'm not giving them that shit. I'm waiting like a couple months. I gotta push this song, and you feel me? I gotta get more hype behind that shit before I really drop that shit. It wouldn't be right if I gave it to him right now.
Facts. Last one before I let you go, man. Do you write your music or you just go in there and freestyle type shit?
No, I don't write at all. I used to write. When I first started, I would just write. I would just write a whole song to a beat, and I just record. And now I just get in the booth. You feel me? I listen to the instrumental, and then I make whatever I make. I punch in. That's my recording process, is punching in. So I say something. If I'm fucking with it, I keep it. And then I just keep going. You feel me? Go back, change some shit. You feel me? What I think I could do better. And I just do my thing. It's art. It's like putting a puzzle together.
Mm.
My process when I'm recording. And it just me, I engineer all my own music. Like no one else mixes or masters my music. I do all my shit by myself. So I feel like when you engineer your own music, you really gonna get that sound that you want. You feel me? So if somebody else engineer your music, they just gonna slap some basic ass shit on it. You feel me? That'll make your shit sound like everybody else shit. So it's like if you go to the studio and you book a studio session with an engineer, you get a new record. He probably already got a whole preset that he used for every artist that rap with auto tune and shit, and it just make you sound like whatever. If you learn how to engineer, you can literally put your shit together in your own unique way, and that's how you gonna get your own sound, and that's what's gonna make you original. Being original is gonna make you stand out from everybody else. And anybody who wants to hear that type of sound, the only place that they're gonna be able to get it from is by listening to you. And that's what's gonna make your supporters, and that's what's gonna make them go hard for you. So I really think that learning how to engineer your own music is definitely worth the time that it takes. It takes time, but it's worth it. Me, every song that you hear from me is engineered by me. It's my own sound that I created and that I put together. So that's why, like, you know, it is what it is. That's why I value it so much. I really work behind it.
Does it help you save a lot more money since you do all your music yourself and engineer at the
Yeah,
house?
you know, you paying niggas like hell. You know how much niggas charge just to mix and master one song?
How much?
You gonna be paying a couple hundred.
Mm.
Just to get your song sounding how it needs to sound for it to go on the radio or some shit like that. One track. And it's like that shit is gonna fuck you over if you not rich. You feel me? If you ain't got it like that and you trying to get out the mud, you gonna struggle to keep your content coming. It's like when you invest your money in your own equipment and then you do your own shit, you gonna save so much. And it's like, you know, you can record anytime you want to when you got your own studio. You ain't gotta book no session on whatever they got available. I can literally wake up out of my bed, and if I feel like making a song, I can make a song. If I feel like going back and finishing another song, I can do it. However I'm feeling, whenever, I can just make music, and that's what make my shit more authentic.
Who gave you that mentality to have that ownership?
I was pretty much forced into it because I wanted to start making, like when I got in middle school, that's when I really wanted to start recording music for real. So, you know, my uncle, he had a desktop, and so he gave me that desktop, and then, you know, I downloaded Audacity on that shit. And I had this little headset that had a microphone on it. It was the cheapest equipment ever. That shit sucked. But you know, I ain't know what I was doing. And you know, I made my first little few songs on there. They sounded okay. You could hear all the air in the background and all that shit. Like no one would really listen to that shit. So I got me some money from my dad and bought me a microphone. So I bought my microphone. I pirated this software called FL Studio. I ain't had the money to buy that shit, so I had to find a way to get that shit for free. I got that shit, and I looked up videos on YouTube of how to mix music. And because I didn't have the money to go to a studio and pay nobody to engineer my song, the only way I was gonna be able to make my music and get that shit sounding right is if I learned that shit myself. So I was really forced into that shit. But I'm glad that it happened though. I'm glad that it happened that way because now I have a skill that's worth it's priceless. It's like
Hey,
the best skills you could have as an artist is knowing how to engineer. So I'm thankful for the path that I had to take. You feel me?
hey, man, I appreciate you being on the platform, big homie.
Well, thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
Hey,
A whole lot.
much love. Much love. Any shout outs, anything? Before I let you go?
Shout out DJ Nasty. Shout out my bro Zay. Shout out my manager Ian. And that's pretty much it. You feel me? We're gonna do what
Hey,
it do. Look out for
much
that
love.
rockstar tape coming up this summer. We going dumb. Y'all not gonna be able to fuck with us at all. I'm telling you.
Big fat, big fat. Hey, man, appreciate you stopping by, man. Stay dangerous.
Same thing. Be safe.
I got you.